Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel, Tea Time Tarot. I'm going to do things a little differently today. I'm going to pull a 10 card spread that is for the next 10 days, and this is a planet spread. So, in this spread, we use just the major arcana. So, the major arcanas in the tarot deck are like life lessons, gonna happens, destiny. Like, these are things that are going to happen whether we want them to or not, good or bad. I don't read the bad. Well, I can't read the bad. This spirit won't let me. I'm here all about the light, so it's opening perspectives. Anyways, so we're going to do this a little differently. I'm just gonna give the cards a little bit of a shuffle here, and I'm going to do just a collective read, obviously. See what the planets, see what our energies are for the next 10 days with these planets. Also, I don't know if some of you have seen my posts about the 7 planets in retrograde, and hence the reason why everybody's like kind of getting in this mode of sitting back and seeing like, what the hell am I doing with my life energy? Because those planets are really having us do that right now. Also, on the 30th, the blue moon, so that is another really strong energy that is really controlling our emotions. You know, we don't really believe, well, I don't want to say believe, but a lot of people don't believe that the universe, the planets have control over how, that's the first, we'll use that as the first card, the sun. Control over how we live our lives. Like, really, if you get into understanding the planets and how they affect each area of our life, it's really great. So anyways, I'm not going to get into all of that because it's going to kind of explain it a little bit in this read. But all right, so there's the sun. So this is 10 cards. I hope I have enough room. It says you got to spread them out and pull. So my friends, we're going to go. You think stop. If I stop, that's the card we're going to pull. All right. Let's see, what is card number 2 is Mercury, and this is our communication and our intellect over the next 10 days. Mercury. So Sun, Mercury. Okay, Venus, our love and relationships and what we are attracting in our life right now. Okay, and the moon. What is going on with the moon? Our emotions and our moods. You two want to come, but we're taking one. The moon. So please forgive me if these cards aren't showing up on the screen very good. We'll fix it after. So Mars, motivation and aggression. What has us motivated and pissed off? All right, there's the Mars. So let's go to Jupiter. Abundance and good fortune. This guy right here is poking out to me. This is kind of fun. It's a different way of doing it. Okay, Saturn, our ambition and responsibilities. What has us ambitious right now? So Uranus, the freedom and change. What do we have the freedom to? I'm feeling drawn here. Change. Okay, Neptune. What is our reality? What are we to discover? Our reality. Let's go Neptune. And last but not least, Pluto. And I got a warm hand right here. All right, my friends, let's see what these cards have to say to us today. And given the time, we will see if I have some time to post or actually do some clarifiers with the Angel Tarot. So these are just major arcanas. Let's dig in and see what is going on here. So let me get myself situated so I can actually get to what's going on. All right, the sun. So for the next 10 days, what do we have to look forward to? The moon. Misinterpretations. Well, isn't that a beautiful card to start out with? The opposite of the sun is the moon. So the moon is like our shadow side. So to me, this is opening ourselves up. Maybe we're starting to look and to see what it is that we need to change about ourselves and how our our energy that we are feeling inside is projecting to the people that we are dealing with. Maybe you have been looking at something a little bit selfishly, or you are not actually sitting and listening to them. I'm getting different messages here. Maybe there are some that aren't actually listening to the other side of a story, and you're just misinterpreting everything. Like, sometimes people say things and we take it the wrong way, like in a text or an email, right? Because when you get those texts or those emails, it's like, oh, well, this person's saying it this way, but in reality they weren't, but it just kind of seems that way because you're reading it in your head. And why are you reading it that way? Right? Is it because you're in a bad mood, or is it because you're annoyed with that person? It's really about communicating properly and making sure that you have everything in aligned with what's going on, if that makes sense. The moon is also like, right now the energy is the full moon, right? So we are in like an overabundance of like kind of energy right now, especially with this blue moon, full moon that's coming up on the 30th. Everything is just kind of going crazy and our mind is going nuts, and it's, what do we have to let go of, right? What do we have to let go of to move forward, to be satisfied with what's going on? So in the next 10 days, expect to be digging into some things that maybe you haven't dug into for a while. There could be some triggers. There could be some, obviously, some misinterpretations of conversations that you're having with people, or, yeah. Okay. So they say, keep going, Bonnie. Don't stop, because you're trying to make this as quick as you possibly can. We'll get clarifiers on this after. So Mercury, the communication and intellect. What's going on? How are we going to communicate with the world? Oh my God, the sun, positively. How crazy is that? The moon and the sun side by side, right? Dark and light, yin and yang, right there. So we are going to communicate the positive, because we're understanding how our shadow side, how our things, that the personal things that trigger us, that make us upset. Like when I say trigger, like these could be triggers from like way past events, right? But you're understanding, I feel that this is an understanding of what these triggers are, and you're starting to see how your introspective of yourself reflects out into the world, and you want to change that, right? You want that change. You want things to start working well for yourself, and you don't want to live in the shadows and misinterpret everything that comes across you. So you're putting out to the world now positivity and light. You're sharing, you're loving, you're caring. The sun is absolutely beautiful, and you see it's got both the sun and the moon. It's rising through our shadows. It's shining the light on our shadows to open us up to see who we really are and accept that part of us. Okay? So putting all that good love and vibes out to everybody. But first I have to say, the first thing is, before you can really truly put good love and vibes out to people, you have to put those good loves and vibes into yourself. So that is why I say to everybody, like a lot of people, I'm like, just look in the mirror, and as foolish as it seems, it really does work, and tell yourself you love you. You know, like, pick one thing on yourself and just be like, oh my God, like, you are just so damn beautiful today. And it might feel weird and it may not feel true, but believe you me, if you keep on saying it to yourself, it raises your vibration and lets you put that positivity out into the world, instead of feeling all, fake, right? Like inside you're eaten alive because you got so many things that are going wrong in your life, but you're trying to be so positive. But how can you be positive when you really aren't inside, right? Okay, so let's go on to Venus, my friends. Love and attraction. Transformation. So all of these cards are leading into some kind of new. Okay, the Tower looks really scary, because what the Tower does is it brings an abrupt message or world-shaking news to you. Something is going to happen that's going to shake your world, that's going to have things seeming like they're falling apart. But you have to understand that things fall apart in order to regrow, right? The leaves fall off the tree so that they can rebud and grow healthier the year later. So everything that happens that is bad generally happens for a reason. And that reason is for you to learn a lesson, to be able to continue to move on your journey and grow better, to be better. You know what I mean? So this Tower is bringing on that energy. There may have already been something that has shaken your world up in lately, or there's something that's going to kind of come in crashing, and you're going to be like, what the hell just happened here? but it's happening for a reason. It's so you can transform yourself, so you can move forward and release what is no longer yours, or release. A lot of the time, the fears, the beliefs, the negative feelings and negative talk that we say to ourselves is all because of something somebody else has said to us. You know, we've experienced something from somebody, with somebody, and it's left this shit taste in our mouth, right? So this transformation is going to let you get rid of that shit taste, but you have to be willing to do it, right? You have to be willing to be positive with yourself, see the shadows, see the triggers, see what it is that you're really hiding deep down and below, to be able to transform, to be able to move forward. So it may be a little bit scary, it may be a little upsetting, and it might shake a lot of people up in relationships, or, you know, like in your job. But this is more like relationships and reality. This is like opening your eyes to see what's for real. Okay. So the moon, this is our emotions and our moods. So how is all of this energy going to portray itself in the next 10 days? Oh, please be good. The Fool. Right on. The Fool is good. It's bringing change. It's bringing a leap of faith, a new beginning. Let's do this. Let's just fucking go for it. Excuse my French. If you don't like swearing, I apologize, but maybe this might get taken down off of YouTube. I don't know. But this is a leap of faith. This is trusting. This is seeing that everything happens for a reason. And regardless as to how scary it might seem, you know what? You're going to trust that this sun, this positive energy, is going to lift you up and bring you past this transformation, right? Like, this transformation is leading you into a new beginning. The Fool is a new beginning. It's a new journey. It's a new start. It's a change of thinking. It's a change of living. It's a change of moving. So this transformation is bringing on something good. And how beautiful is that, to see the sun, the moon, the Tower, the Fool? This is all like amazing energy that we're going to be moving through. A lot of it is going to be like, oh my God, Bonnie, like what the heck? But like, it's all for the best, right? Like, it's just boggling me how it's just transforming it from such a negative part of yourself. It's transforming into a new beginning, right? A new way of living. Okay, so let's see what the motivation and aggression is. Let's see what's going on. What's motivating you to do this over the next 10 days? Structure. So it's because you need something that is like, look at the planets, okay? The planets are saying like everything is aligning, everything is working out the way you want it to. This new beginning is going to bring you into some kind of new structure. It's going to, okay, I don't want to say it's gonna. Let me just game myself here for a minute. The Ram is, I want to say, Taurus energy. Okay. So this is taking life by the horns and standing true to what you believe in and building yourself a solid foundation. Okay. So this is kind of like, for some of us, you might be feeling a little bit stubborn, pig-headed, you know, like standing in your way, like standing in your own power. And some people may not like that, but that's not your problem, because you need to protect yourself, I have to say. And you also have to do things that are going to be able to give you a solid foundation. So for you to be standing in your power, or sitting in your power, just make sure that when you are using your words and your actions, that you are doing this with love for yourself and others. Sometimes the things that we do out of love for others, they may not like that, but they have to understand at some point in time in their life, maybe not right now, that you're doing it because it's for their best, right? It's for their best. It's for your best. You can't keep living your life for everybody else. You have to find that structure within yourself and start living for you. Okay. So the Emperor is very, like he's an emperor. He's like a king. He's like, I am the boss, right? But don't use that I am the boss as an advantage or as like a manipulation tool, right? Like, you are the boss. Yes, you are the boss of your power, of your energy. You're not the boss of everybody else, even though you may be in that position. And but you can't be the boss of everybody. You have to be the boss of you. Okay, so kind of keep that energy into check right now in the next 10 days, because I feel that that's probably going to pop up quite a bit. And it may be, I'm feeling, for some reason, I'm like hearing mom, mom, mom. like the mom, like you got to listen to me because I'm the mom, or you got to listen to me because I said so. But in reality, the more you say that, the less they're going to listen, right? So you have to kind of compromise and find where that balance structure is. Okay, so let's move on to Jupiter, our abundance and good fortune. What's going on in this card? Be it good. Solitude, the Hermit. It's going in and learning. So, okay. I'm going to say right now, this Hermit card is so representing what I'm doing as of late. And that is going in and finding what it is within myself, my passion, my desires. And I'm really learning how our energies are emanating through the universe and through the planets, and how all of these retrogrades and the moon and everything else, they just, how it all balances and works together, not only with people, but with plants. Like, you know, like flowers, they bloom, they die, and fruit grows at certain times of the year, because it's all in alignment, right? It's all in alignment. So this energy is telling you to, I'm feeling, okay, whatever this Hermit energy, whatever this is that you've been going within, maybe you've got a lot of ideas that you want to put out into the world, and you've kind of been keeping them to yourself. I feel that you need to start putting them out there a little bit more. You may need to do a little bit more research, but don't fear the change. Don't fear what's to come, okay? Because sometimes we need to go into solitude and be by ourselves just so we can figure shit out. And all of this energy that's going on right now is definitely an energy that we need to figure out. So being in solitude and finding out what it is that you need to do and how to do it, there's nothing wrong with that. It's going to help you. It's going to help you grow. It's going to bring in new freedom. It's going to bring in new abundance. And don't be afraid to put those ideas down on paper right here, okay? All right, so let's see. Saturn, ambition and responsibilities. What is going on in regards to this? Your ambition is guidance, the Hierophant. You're standing on top of the world, and you are being guided towards positivity and love and light, and your sun is shining through, right? Maybe you've been asking for a sign. Okay, maybe you'll be seeing more signs in the next 10 days, and noticing how your guides and your angels are showing up, and you've just not really noticed it before, and you're seeing them in different ways. And I am honestly, like, I realize that this deck is the Moon and Star Tarot, so there is a lot of universal energy, but I'm seeing a lot of the planets aligning in these cards. You know, like everything seems to be moving in the way that it's supposed to be. You may not quite understand it, but you need to trust that you're being guided towards what it is that you need to do, or what it is that you need to change. Or I'm feeling a very closed off energy right there with this guy with his arms crossed. Maybe you're not listening or feeling what's coming through, but in the next 10 days, I feel that you're going to start opening up a little bit more to allow yourself to be guided, you know, overcoming these shadows and being guided towards the sun and being positive. Okay, so let's see. Uranus, freedom and change. The Star, inspiration. So again, with the Hermit, all of these inspirations, all of these things that you have, all of these ideas, they're coming to you for a reason. Okay, this guidance is coming to you. You're getting downloads. You're being given these signs, synchronicities, downloads. You know, these ideas pop up in your head for a reason. Sometimes you don't know where they came from, because like you could be thinking about doing the dishes, and then bang, all of a sudden you get this thought, and it's like, hey, I should write a book. Let's write a book on how to wash dishes, right? Take this inspiration, use it, because this is your guide. This is your guidance. This is your star. This is your wish fulfillment. This is what you've been asking the universe for. This is why there's transformation. Like, this transformation is happening so that you can take this inspiration and make the change, right? To create the structure that you've been all wanting for so long, but you've just kind of been keeping yourself stuck in this energy of solitude of not moving forward. But this star is telling you, you need to listen to your guidance, follow your intuition, believe in yourself, and do what makes you happy, because you're being given these little bits of inspiration for a reason. Okay, so Neptune, reality and discover. So what are you discovering about your reality? Oh, that there needs to be a release. Okay, the Death card, a lot of people say is scary. To me, it's not. To me, the Death card is just like the Tower card. It's an inevitable change, right? And how suiting that it be into Neptune with the reality. Like you're seeing, okay, like you're releasing all of this energy that you've been hanging on to, that you've been hiding in the shadows with, and you're starting to see the star, right? You're seeing that this inspiration is giving you a new way of moving forward, of change, right? So when you can release the energy that no longer serves you, all of the shadows and the negative self-talking, and it sounds so easy just to say it, you know, when you're reading cards and stuff, but like it's not an easy thing, but it takes baby steps. And if you're willing to take a baby step to let go of all of this negative energy, then you're going to make the changes that you need. You know, I'm hearing Rome wasn't built in a day, right? That's just the way it is. So you need to start small. And that starting small is what's going to change. Like you got the Death and the Fool. Like the Death is release. The Fool is a new beginning. Like these are two, like death, rebirth, right? The letting go of the old you, of the old negative patterns, of the old habits, of the old shit talk, I like to say. This card reminds me of. So that you can bring forward the change in this Fool and go ahead and make this transformation and jump in. Like just be smart, don't be foolish, don't jump into something because you're like, oh, you know, this person said let's do it, but unless it's really truly solely like something you need to do. But anyways, Death, Fool, release, change, transformation, positivity, you're being guided, you know, like how beautiful. It's a beautiful read. Okay, so last and but not least is the Pluto. This is your self-power and control. Okay, this is, to me, this is your taking back your power, taking back your roar card. So let's see what Pluto has to hold. The Devil, obsessions. So to me, this is dealing and overcoming these obsessions and these habits and the temptations of life that keep putting you back in the same old situation, right? These things are going to keep popping up until you decide that you don't want to do it anymore, right? And this transformation is going to happen so that you can start. Now, as you're releasing this energy, this devil energy, as you're releasing all of this, it's going to keep showing up to you just to see how quickly you can get over it. Okay? The faster you get over it, the less you're going to see it. The more you notice, the more you put in actions towards moving past this, the less you're going to see it. But the universe is going to keep letting this devil pop up into your world just to tempt you to see if you really truly are done with that kind of energy. Okay, so I'm gonna use an example right now for myself in smoking. I have smoked since I was like 12 years old. Tried to quit many times. So in July, I kind of just like, I didn't really decide, I just didn't buy cigarettes. So I keep getting the temptation all of the time. Generally I give in, but this time I'm like, no. And every time I say no to myself, I find it getting easier and easier. So to me, that is the temptation of the devil card. So those temptations are going to be brought up to you regardless, as to, doesn't matter how much work you do. These temptations are never ever going to go away. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing because it keeps you aware. Okay. All right. So I was going to do, I'll do a quick, overall advice card for the next 10 days out of the Angel Tarot. I don't want to make this video too long because, you know, people get tired after a while. So let's just, whoa, that just like literally slapped me in the face. So this is a slap of reality. Let's see. Preparation. Okay, so no wonder it's telling us to prepare for this next 10 days of this crazy ass energy that is going to bring some kind of transformation and change for all of us. Like, this is not just for you, this is for me too. So like, I'm kind of really maybe feeling a little nervous about this because I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that the change is going to be worth it. Okay, just be prepared. Journal. Okay, so I do have to say, journal. Write. Do whatever. If you're inspired to write a story, write a story. If you're inspired to look up the planets, look up the planets. Do whatever it is that makes you happy, brings you inspiration. Be prepared though. Don't like when this tower moment happens and it kind of gives you a little bit of a knock off your chair. You knew it was coming, okay? You knew it was coming. You may not know what it is or why or how, but something is going to happen that's going to have you have a shift of reality, like a shift of perspective, a way of like, holy shit, why did that happen? So just be prepared for the next 10 days of the energy that is going to be happening. Like, don't be like, oh, I never saw this coming, which you probably didn't. And you know, like obviously tower moments, they happen like that, right? But like, mentally prepare yourself. Start doing the things that you need to do to start making the changes for yourself so that you can shine your positivity out into the world instead of staying hidden in the shadows and staying in solitude. You know, like solitude is good. That's where you gain your clarity a lot of the time, but you need to get out into the world and make the changes and release what it is that's going on. All right, my friends, I want to say thank you so much for popping in and listening to this quick little video. This is actually a really cool read. Like I said, this is the first time I've done this, and I'm actually very, very, like I'm excited, okay, to say the least. And also, if you're interested in commenting later or whatever, let me know how these next 10 days are going for you guys. Like, let me know, oh my God, Bonnie, like this happened, and oh my goodness, like this temptation keeps on coming in, and you know, like keep me, just if you feel it, keep me informed, because I love to see how the transformation takes over for you guys. Okay, so I am going to post this on my YouTube, so I will say that if you enjoyed this read, please like, subscribe, share. You know, the more the merrier. I am loving doing these reads, and yeah. All right, so I won't take up any more of your time, my friends. I want to thank you so much for stopping in and listening to this read, and take care. Bye-bye.